It? Let's show Uncle Jack just how much we love him. It probably won't get much worse anyway.
Never thought it would come to this, did we?
Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing?
You're not my problem, I guess. I guess there's nothing we can do for him now.
Are you ready for long? Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing?
You don't belong here. Get out.
Done it!
Don't worry. We'll find you and fix you up.
So get out! Fine! Run away and hide here, man! You're not the bloody hell, are you? So get... We're not bloody bed and breakfast, are we?
Glad that's...
Dude, and chased your ass across town.
This is a waste of both our time. Come out. And take your medicine. Don't worry, we'll find you and we'll fix you up.
You poor dear.
The Bobbies have a first on them, you know.
Exactly what you do. Good morning to you.
I'm not cooking for you.
Good morning.
You wanna play? You don't belong here. Get out! I don't recall inviting you. Find your own campsite. There's the one who did it.
Don't think I won't sniff you out.
They have gossip things, just like in books. But the books that tell you about their teeth. Oh, frightfully sharp.
I'm not cooking for you. This is a waste of both our time. Come out and take your medicine. bloody waste of time.
I know. Believe me. I know.
Never say you don't have a choice. Everybody has a choice.
I didn't listen from back. Well, you're not my problem, I guess.
Hey! You don't live here!
You're here. I know you're here. Don't think I won't sniff you out.
We're not a bloody bed and breakfast, are we? So get out!
Yes, it's none of mine.
There's the one who done it!
It's her. She's the murderer.
There they are! Get him!
I see you.
She's the murderer.
Get him!
You did it, didn't you?
Can't kill us all!
I wish I knew who lived across the river.
Things fall apart. The centre can hold. And everywhere. Ceremony of innocence.
Will these hands never be clean?
are the Americans? Where are the Russians?
How many halves would it take to fill the album?
It's her! She's the murderer!
There they are! Get them!
Ah!
Spoiling for a fight, are we? Where are the Americans? Where are the Russians?
I am in Paris.
I wonder if Lionel can make some sort of automatic baby feeder for me. Then I wouldn't have to run back home as often to feed Gwen. Sounds a bit hard-hearted, doesn't it, Gwen? But Mummy's trying to save our lives.
Martha Kane lives to protect him. People forget that.
Dizzy.
Hello. Let's have a look at you, shall we? You're in tip-top shape, aren't you? We're so pleased you survived the garden. District. Toodaloo.
Dear Jack, there's a stranger in my house who looks just like my wife. And she says she's my wife too. What has been done with my real wife? Your help is much appreciated in this matter. Well, it looks like Mr. Lyden has been experiencing one of the odd side effects of joy. Now, it does happen from time to time. It's called capgras. Mr. Lyden, if you're listening, go see a doctor. They may be able to adjust your dose or give you an analog. And, I'm not going to read the rest of this letter because I know exactly what you should do. What do you do with a bunch of old newspapers? You light a fire in your fireplace. The older and drier the paper, the better. Now, I wouldn't recommend using it to wrap fish. First of all, because I have to use fish here.
Drop that right now.
take your joy immediately. You will take your joy immediately.
Well, look at you.
Righto.
I've got my eye on you.
I got a new compliment machine. It's so clever.
I've got my eye on you.
Righto.
All right. The recipe?
I'll give it to you tomorrow after I see Beatrice.
These heels are ridiculous, really. There you are.
Well, hello, dearie.
What's your pleasure, then?
Sally Boyle! I hope you found the Uncle Jack record. Me brother's been pestering me.
I have indeed.
You're Brillo! Milk you shall have!
Lionel, you're sort of handy, aren't you?
Well, I do like to tinker. You'd be amazed at the state of some of these things when they come into the shop. Can't sell them if I can't fix them.
I have some designs for some apparatuses.
Some sort of water feeder for birds?
Oh, heavens no. I can't stand the crows. It's for my flowers. Mustn't overwater, but I keep forgetting to water it all.
Oh, of course. Well, let me see what I got in the back there. I bet I can find all the pieces sooner or later. They never show up right away, but they always show up sooner or later. Check back in a bit.
waste. Please clear the area immediately.
I don't see what all
You won't get away with this.
That's the one that did it.
Get them! No, they did. No
I'll
need to
cheer
get
you up, all right.
there. Show yourself.
The one who did it.
They did it. I never did.
No need to get excited after all.
Won't get away with this.
Mercy on the elderly. No need to get excited after all. Well, I'm glad all the nonsense is over.
Sally Boyle! What a lovely bunch of nonsuches. From your mum's garden?
But she's crying. Can you make me different? I want to be different.
But you are different.
She means like everyone else.
I'm supposed to care about dresses and dances, and all I can think about are rockets and chemicals. Can you give me something to make me silly?
For a couple of hours, I dare say. Shush! You don't have to care about dresses and dances. You just have to pretend to. Your mother told you to always tell the truth, didn't she?
The lies they tell children.
But you ladies don't care about dresses, do you?
But I love dresses.
Keep to your chemicals. For later.
Later? Later when?
Things change.
What do you mean? Do you know something? Where did you all go? I wish I weren't such rubbish at tinkering.
Wind up with wrinkled hands like they spent too long in the tub. Eat, drink like a fish. Don't be afraid to drink 10 to 20 quarts of water per day. Ideally, of course, you'll mix half a teaspoon of salt, 6 teaspoons of sugar, and a little bit of mashed banana in each quart of water. And a little bit of mashed banana in each quart of water. But and who does? The salt's important too.
does. The salt's important. I might not have been quite so bad. Well, there you have it. Gentlemen, His Majesty...
You can take your joy in idiocy.
They were all like you.
Gwen's got something to eat at least. Here we go, darling. Baby milk. You won't believe what Mummy had to do to get this for you. Well, I'll never tell you, frankly. Who's at the bloody door now?
Sorry to bother you, ma'am. The lads is, wondering if you've got any blackberry ready for 'em.
Oh, I'm working on it. In a day or two, I hope.
The lads is getting a mite twitchy, to tell you the truth. I must ask you to accompany me to the station so you can explain yourself to them precisely.
I don't understand the worry. Haven't I always provided you with blackberry? I just had a little hiccup in the lab. I'd be working on it right now, but apparently you lads are lonely.
That ain't quite true though, Mum, is it? You've been seen all over town doing all sorts of things.
We don't imagine that Lionel Cashier is much of a source of pharmaceutical ingredients.
Oh, but there, you'd be wrong, Constable. See, I had to replace some bits of lab equipment.
And you've been roaming around the Golden District doing Lord knows what.
Yes, well, Blackberry's made with herbal extracts. Why do you think it's called Blackberry?
And the Victorial Memorial Camp? 2 visits in the last week? I suppose them visits was for our benefit as well.
Not at all. I was visiting the General. He also gets quite cross when I haven't seen him in a while.
So he... well, yes, of course he would. Right. Well, we can hardly expect Miss Boyle to ignore the General now, can we, lads? Of course he would.
Nonetheless, Miss Boyle, the lads have developed an appetite for your fine cooking, as it were. If they go hungry, chaos will ensue. We must insist that you devote your full and urgent attention to feeding them.
Or what?
Or we shall be compelled, willing or no, to provide your assistance, willing or no, to Dr. Verloc. And that won't be cheery for either of us.
I guess I can't blame them for being antsy. It's not fun going off Blackberry. And if they go back on regular Joy, they'll get the cramps and they won't even remember why. Thank God I'm almost done with this new batch. Did you give her her joy?
She never loved me. She went blubbering on about some childhood sweetheart who left on a train. Apparently, he made quite the impression.
Did you give her her joy?
I almost didn't. I thought, Trollope deserves to be in the Garden District. She only stayed with me to avoid the unpleasantness of breaking it off.
You haven't taken your own joy, have you?
Joy doesn't help. You never really forget, do you? It just makes things fuzzy around the edges, you know? So you can pretend. I want to forget her forever.
I'm not sure Oblivion exists.
Please. You want my mojo recipe, don't you?
Forgetting could be dangerous. It's not like joy. There'll be holes in your memory. Like a church made out of cheese and the whole congregation is mice. You might forget more than you want to.
I don't care. It's fair trade. Your future for my past.
Here's the recipe for Oblivion. I tell you not to tell anyone where you got it, but there's very little danger of that. Goodbye, Benedict.
Someone's dead.
Jesus. It smells like burning chemicals. Oh, shit. Where's the fire extinguisher? Christ almighty. Jesus, no. Okay. First things first, how bad is the damage to the lab? The triode on the crystallizer's broken. Ugh. Where do I get an N7 vacuum tube? Oh, God. My old chemistry box. It must be still in my old house. I was really hoping I'd never have to go back there. I know I should be comforting you. I've got no one else to talk to, really. Not without lying. Used to be I could tell Arthur anything. But you should hear the things he says about Mummy these days. No, you probably shouldn't.
Talking to on all the telephones. I wish I'd died in the bombing.
Gwen, don't be afraid of the dark. Just bring a torch. Now I can sneak back in any time.
Wat zal je weer? Licht bij Aloha! Where in gastes? Arbol! Montes! Brek!
Oh, Gwen, you'd never believe the day Mummy's had. Looks like the plagueies can come through those holes in the barbed wire. No good place to sleep then. At least I can still use the hatch to get onto the Wellington undertracks. I can't tell if Mrs. Witherington is preggers or just fat.
Don't use that word, it's horrible.
Her husband is a prisoner of war, but she goes everywhere with Lieutenant Ulbricht.
Maybe she's just eating extra rations. Anyway, we'll know in a few months, won't we?
You can't tell either way. That dress is so baggy.
That's enough of that, Sully Boyle.
Young Miss Boyle. You know there's a curfew. You don't want some Fritz to shoot you dead, do you?
Sorry, sir.
Let's get you home. You had another fight with your mum, didn't you? Why don't I put in a good word? Mrs. Boyle, I've got a young lady out here who, I'm sorry. They don't seem to be at home.
What? Let me go in.
They're not at home. Let me take you to the station for a cup of tea.
What happened? Let me in.
Best you don't go in, miss. Cup of tea's best.
What did she do? What did she do? What did she do?
Mrs. Boyle? I've got a young lady out here who, they don't seem to be at home.
And Mum said, you don't have to worry about the train. No one's going on the train. Shut up, Sally. You're a big girl. Stop crying. Oh, baby, I wouldn't do this for anybody else. A beaker, a thermostat, N7 triode. I think I can fix my lab. This is a lot more satisfying than undermining the other girl's confidence. Still alive? I wonder if I'm a cat. Well, that was tedious. These tracks would be so much nicer with trains.
Have you been in a fight? Your suit is all torn.
They don't make 'em like you anymore.
Now I just need to replace all my chemicals. Stuart. I've got to talk to Stuart. Maybe he's got the chemicals I need